morning, family. How's everybody doing? I know that we're preparing to enter into Shabbat again, and that's always a pleasant thing, isn't it? Family, let's talk about grace. If we look around, we can pretty much figure out that the grace period has pretty much run its course. Right now, it's not about grace. It's about the fulfillment of prophecy. And we're watching it being fulfilled every single day. That being said, it happens in the Most High's timing. So I wouldn't consider it a grace period because it hasn't happened yet. This is a time while you're still breathing to get it right, to repent and turn to the Most High. This is a time to choose whom you're going to serve. Because far as grace, it's pretty much up. But while you yet live, you still have that opportunity. This is why you see all this evil taking place in the earth, because the Most High is allowing it. He's separating the sheep from the goat, the wheat from the tares, as we speak, to see who really trusts man or who really trusts him. And that's what it boils down to, family. Your faith is being tested right now. Those of us who always claim we got faith, we do this and we'll do that, and most of it is just lip service. So this is a time of separation and testing and trial. Because short of the Most High removing us, we're going to go through some stuff. And so we'll know who's who for sure. See, what you've been proclaiming out of your mouth will be put to the test extensively. So what we'll do today, we'll go through the scriptures like we always do. And we're going to see just how far down the road we are. You know, if you look around, family, you'll notice, just look for yourself or observe for yourself. You'll notice that a lot of the teachers that you used to listen to, either their channel has been taken down or they're steadily being harassed across these social media platforms. You know, videos taken down, not being able to upload on your channel. If you look around, you'll see it. And the teachers are not really putting out that many videos like they used to. Used to every other day they would upload. But see, like in the book of Amos, I believe that's chapter 8, verse 11 and 12, where it says a famine of the word, where the Most High is allowing these channels to be shut down, or the main channels. You can look at people like maybe Truth Unveiled, or even my own main channel was taken down. See, if you're not being harassed on your channel, then that's a good sign that you're not teaching anything that would upset Hashatan. See, you're teaching safe subjects. You're not really challenging the powers that be, or shouldn't be for that matter. And so you're pretty safe, you know. You're kind of teaching watered down or milk toast subjects. So Satan has no need to attack you. Okay? But if you're really speaking out the truth and stuff, your channel is going to be taken down or videos removed and everything else. You know, we have a lot of people. The reason why their channels is not taken down is because they won't speak anything that would get them taken down. You know, they basically, they try to hang on because it's income for them, and therefore you can kind of put them in the class of just teaching for money. So they don't want to lose their channel, okay? Because those that are out here teaching the word without any kind of compensation are the ones who are very serious about the Most High's word and care not, you know, about what these people do on their channel, you know. So that's just the way it is. So what we got to do is to get ourselves right, family. Time is pretty much done run out on us, you know. Like I say, you know, at certain points when we were living in ignorance, you know, the scriptures say the Most High winked at it. That's a bad word that they put in there, winked. He just kind of overlooked it, you know, because we were ignorant. Not that he condoned any sin at all, but we were in ignorance. But now that period's up. You know, when our people were brought over here, they still had knowledge of, you know, the word, and until it was beaten out of them. And then the generations that followed and followed, you know, it got worse and worse to where we really forgot who our Elohim was. We began to do things in ignorance because we had lost our heritage. We had lost our Elohim, really, and his laws. So we began to eat pork. We began to eat all kind of things that we wasn't supposed to. And it just went from generation to generation, you know, all the way up until this very day, you know. And so, yeah, it was a time of ignorance, but that's no longer, because the word has been spread all throughout the world. This is why the Most High allowed these social medias to exist in the first place. Because when you're online, you never know what person from what country is listening. Okay? And that is one of the fastest ways for the word to get out all over the world. So the word is out there. It's been spread. And we're really without excuse now. You know, we are witnessing to our brothers and sisters, and they're just not getting it or don't want to. You know, they're letting these pastors tell them that we don't have to keep the law. You know, it's done away with. Therefore, they're eating all kind of wicked food, that Leviticus 11 strictly forbids us to do. Oh, well, it's okay if you eat it. All we do now is just pray over it. No. See, they're talking about that was in the Old Testament. Well, I beg to differ. Because when you look in the book of Acts, when the Most High sent that vision to Peter of all that unclean food that was on that, sheet that the Most High let appear before him and told him to eat, what did Peter say? Not so. I'm not going to eat that. Well, that's in the book of Acts. That's not Torah. So they were still keeping that law of not eating those unclean foods. Now, it was a lesson that was being taught to Peter. The Most High said whatever he called clean or whatever, don't call it unclean or common. And he was saying that, in regards to Cornelius, because, he had converted and, had found favor with the Most High. So he was letting Peter know, hey, don't call him unclean. I done said he's clean. The Most High wasn't condoning eating those foods that we wasn't supposed to eat. That was merely an example to Peter. Okay? The Most High has never told us we could eat that stuff. That was just a dream or a vision, and he was using that as a teaching tool to Peter. Okay? That wasn't him giving us permission to eat those unclean foods. And this is where these preachers try to get that from. All right? So, what we need to do right now, we're just going to go into the scriptures and we'll talk about them as we go. And see just how far down this road we really are, family. And we always have to do it by scripture. Okay? So, let's start off with Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 9 through 13. This is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Verse 11, get you out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perversiveness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. See, and we have these people today, the teachers, or if you want to say prophets or whatever, who's teaching, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear smooth things, like you can still sin, the law is done away with. All right? See, this is what they want to hear. And the grace period is up. You either choose now, because Revelations 22. In Revelation 22, it says that he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. See? So, time is up, you know, for playing around with this, family. You know, if you're still in sin when Mashiach returns, y'all excuse that noise, some idiot, but speeding by. But if you're still in sin when Mashiach shows up, family, it's pretty much too late. We need to warn our sisters and brothers about it. Hey, at that moment, you can't change your mind on that day. You know, it's pretty much over for you. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1 through 4. I charge thee therefore before Yah and before Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap unto themselves teachers having itchy ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. We see this every day, every Sunday, you know. They want to be in church. They'd rather listen to a fable or a lie or man's doctrine, you know, than to hear the truth. Because the truth brings you out of your comfort zone. See, you used to being able to go sit in church on Sunday, on Monday through Saturday, you're living like you want to. And then on Sunday again, all of a sudden you develop a halo over your head. And for that few hours, not all day, just as long as the service is going on, you know, you got a halo over your head. As soon as service is over and you hit that door, it's back to business as usual. And this is the way people want to live. Okay? That's their comfort zone. To them, living right is very uncomfortable. It stops you from doing a lot of things that you would do. Luke chapter 9, verse 5. And whosoever will not receive you when you go out of that city, shake off the very dust from your feet for a testimony against them. See, when our people don't want to hear the word, you have to leave them alone. Scriptures tell you, just shake the dust off your feet and move on. You know, they're just not willing to listen. They're content with living in sin. It even says it in Matthew 10, verse 14 and 15. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. See, you know, we can't beg our friends and family to accept this truth. We just can't beg them to. You know, we try to share it with them. If they reject it, that's on them, on them. They can't get into the kingdom on your merits. You know, every man has to seek out his own salvation with fear and trembling. By you being righteous is not a ticket for them into the kingdom. So all you can do is tell them, I mean, we feel bad because it's our blood relatives or close friends, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, family. You know, men just continue to do things, you know, because the evil is not judged immediately. You know, if the wages of sin were paid immediately, I tell you, it'd be a whole lot less sin in this world. fact, let's read Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11 through 13. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. See, and what it's saying, because, the Most High don't immediately, punish people and stuff like that, don't execute judgment immediately, then people don't have any fear. This is why there's so much wickedness in the world, because people don't fear the Most High. Now, if he were judging people as they commit the sin, I mean, the wages of sin would be paid immediately, which is death, or we'd have a lot less sin. But because it's not, it's just in man's heart to continually to do evil. And most of them don't even believe in the Most High. Psalms 14:1 says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no Elohim. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. You skip right on over to Romans 6:23, for the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Elohim is eternal life through Yahushua HaMashiach. See? So, family, I don't know how else to say it, that we are in a time of a decision. These pestilence, as they call them, that's upon the earth, it's allowed. The wickedness is even allowed by the Most High, because he's separating us. I can't stress that enough. This is a time for separation, a time of decision. Choose you this day whom you gonna serve, whom you gonna worship. Okay? Acts chapter 17, verse 29 through 31. For as much then as we are the offspring of the Most High, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold or silver or stone, graven by art and man's device. The Most High ain't no idol of wood and stone. Verse 30. And the times of this ignorance the Most High winked at, but now commanded all men everywhere to repent, because he has appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he have ordained, Mashiach, whereof he hath given assurance unto all men, in that he has raised him from the dead. See, at the time of our ignorance, when we were growing up, in Christian church, and we didn't really know, because that's what was brought to us as young children, and our parents, it was brought to them, and their grandparents, all of them were brought up under the lie that our enemies taught us. We all were brought up under the lie. We were worshiping pictures of Caesar Borgia, but we were ignorant. The Most High, as the scriptures say, winked at. That's just a bad translation, not winked. He just kind of overlooked it a little bit You know, not that he condones sin now, but because of our ignorance, you know. But now, the truth is all over the earth, family. You have no excuse. You have no excuse now. Now, a lot of people are still rejecting the truth. They don't want to hear it because they're content to live like they want to live. But the truth is out there. Romans 1 verse 20, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. You have no excuse now, family. The Most High allowed this awakening. This word has been spread for years, you know, all across the media, in assemblies, everywhere. You have no excuse. There is no excuse now. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26 through 31. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sore punishment, suppose you, shall he be thought worthy, who have trodden underfoot the Son of Elohim, and have counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing, and have done despite the Spirit of grace. For we know him that hath said, vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith the Most High. And again, the Most High shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living Elohim. See, if we continue in sin, after the truth has been given to us, it's no more sacrifice for sin. See, you're not finna go out here and kill no goat, bull, and nothing like that and sacrifice for sin. And Mashiach sure is not gonna climb back up on a tree and die all over again for your sins. Okay? Once you know the truth, family, that's it. You know, there's no more sacrifice for them. All right? 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahushua HaMashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. See, after you've learned the truth and you've escaped all this evilness, you know, being influenced by it in the world and stuff like that, and you got the knowledge of Mashiach, and then you allow yourself to be tangled up in that mess again and get overcome with evil, they say the latter end is worse than your beginning. You know, it probably would have been better if you never even knew the truth than to know it and to fall back into sin. Okay? Romans 6, chapter 1, verse 2. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Verse 2. Yah forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer in sin? See, people think that grace period we have, you know, where we can go ahead and keep sinning. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, but that's what's being taught in a lot of these churches. Okay? And even when your friends and family try to tell you to get out of there, you resist because, living by the truth of the gospel makes you very uncomfortable. You can't go out and party no more and drink and get drunk and slip around with different women and men and commit all kind of things, abominations. See, that's not living by the book correctly is uncomfortable for a lot of people. And this is why they won't accept the gospel. They'd rather keep listening to these lying preachers whose only interest is money. Let's even see what Mashiach told this man after he had healed him. Let's go to John chapter 5, verse 9 through 14. This is after Mashiach had healed this guy. Verse 9, and immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said unto him that was cured, it is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for thee to carry your bed. He answered them, he that made me whole, the same said unto me, take up thy bed and walk. Then asked they him, what man is that which said unto you, take up your bed and walk? And he that was healed was not who it was, for Mashiach had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that place. And so Mashiach kind of, went and kind of hid himself among the crowd. Verse 14, afterward, Mashiach finds this man that he healed in the temple, and said unto him, behold, thou art made whole, sin no more, lest a worse thing come unto you. See, I know you see that. He said, sin no more, or something worse gonna come on you. See, after the Most High done delivered you and blessed you and stuff, and you return to sin, Mashiach telling me, sin no more, something worse gonna happen. And we have a lot of people today like that. The Most High is blessed, he's delivered them, and then they return to their sin. Like the scripture says, a dog returns to his vomit. And this is what's happening in this world today. Okay? And speaking of that, the Pharisees that was talking to him, telling him it was unlawful for him to carry a bed and all that. We got Pharisees right now, family. Right now. There are those out there that tell you concerning the Shabbat, if you flip on a light switch, you done profane the Sabbath, which is ridiculous. If you get her in your car and move around, you profane the Sabbath. Well, I got news for him. Mashiach and his disciples were moving around on the Shabbat, and even stopped in a cornfield and picked them something to eat. See, the Pharisees of that time and this one are ones who are always quoting the law and trying to trap somebody else within the law. And they're not law keepers themselves. They're just good at trying to accuse other people of breaking it. Like they always try to find something to accuse Mashiach of breaking. In fact, let's read Mark chapter 2, verse 23 through 28. And it came to pass that he went through the cornfields on the Sabbath day, and his disciples began, as they went, to pluck the ears of corn. And the Pharisees said unto him, behold, why do they on the Sabbath day, which is not lawful, And he said unto them, have you never read what David did when he had need and he was hungry, he and they that were with him? How he went into the house of the Most High in the days of Abiathar the high priest, and did eat the showbread, which is not lawful to eat but for the priest, and gave also to them which were with him. And he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. Therefore, the Son of Man is the Lord also of the Sabbath. See, we got these Pharisees. I've heard a lot of stupid stuff. When you get up on Shabbat, you're not supposed to make your bed up. See, that's just pharisaical. That's really man-made doctrine. You know, they'll have you scared to move a muscle on Shabbat. And the Sabbath was made for us. It's just a day of rest for us, and a day of worship, and communion with the Most High. It wasn't all this kind of strict stuff these people keep throwing in there. Oh, you can't turn on a light switch. Oh, you ain't supposed to travel on the Shabbat. Well, if that's the case, then what was the disciples in Mashiach doing traveling? They didn't have a car, but they was traveling. Same thing. If you have assemblies in your hometown, how are you going to get to the assembly if you don't leave the house? What, you gonna be like Star Trek? You gonna get beamed over there or something? It's ridiculous, some of the stuff I've heard. It's just pure. We have modern day Pharisees right now. Half of them don't even believe in Mashiach, but they good at quoting the law. They're not good at keeping it, So let's read Matthew 15, verse 8 and 9, and we're pretty much going to get out of here. And it says, this people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. See, and this is what's going on, family. This is what's going on. We have a lot of people professing to believe, professing to have faith in the Most High, but their actions are showing you a whole lot different. There are people who are, how should I say, trusting in man, to take care of this current pestilence that's going on. Instead of seeking them out the Most High. People are worried about their jobs. Instead of trusting that the Most High will provide if you trust in Him. After all, He fed us, our people, in the wilderness. May not have been what they were expecting. They was expecting, I guess, some steak and lamb chops to fall down out the sky. But he sent manna, which had all the necessary vitamins and ingredients to sustain a healthy life in it. And they didn't appreciate that. Okay? So we have to trust in the Most High to provide, family. That's why you, on neither channel, this backup channel either, you'll never see any donation links. I depend strictly on the Most High to provide for me. I'm not finna get out here and start trying to sell his word. It's not for sale. You know, I didn't buy it, so I don't have the right to sell it. It was given to me, and so I have to give it freely. You know, freely I have received, freely I give. You know, and that's just the way I feel, and there's a few more that feel the same way. You know, teachers out there that feel the same way. You know, this is not a business for me. You know, if I wanted an online business, then I can open up a business, but it'd be totally separate from the word. There will be no links, donation links on any channel where I'm speaking the word. You know, you can have a separate business if you want. Has nothing to do with the word. It's just a business. That's okay. But these people are mixing the word in and making it out of a business. This is why the Mashiach went in that temple and went to turning stuff over and running people out of there. See? But a lot of people get mad when you say that, you know. Those who do that. But, okay, family. Let's not waste any more time. Keep your eyes on what's going on each and every day. While we sleep, more wickedness is being planned each and every day. Each and every day. Not a day passed that something hadn't been planned in the wee hours of the morning while you're asleep. Okay? So like I say, this is a time to choose. This is a time where the Most High is seeing who's who. If you just one of them that worship him with your lips, but your heart is far from him, he's going to find that out. You can fool man. You know. You can look all holy with your fringes on and 200-pound Bible up under your arm and all that. You fool man. But when the test comes, when the trial comes, we'll know who's who. Most High's gonna make it his business to expose them who are just using lip service, okay? All right, family. I pray that everybody enjoy their Shabbat. I know you will. And Most High willing, I'll talk to you soon. Shabbat Shalom.